Hey guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Another one about my boy Roy DeMeo. I don't even like doing these videos, to tell you the truth. Quentin Walker's the channel that you guys need to go on to learn all about Roy DeMeo. But you know what? If my viewers want Roy DeMeo they're gonna get. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels and other things about him, talking to Quentin Walker from Darkness Underneath. Check out his channel. There's nobody that knows this guy better than Quentin. And except me. I knew Roy DeMeo in real life for a whole year. And that's what we're going to be talking about. What he was like, personality-wise. And I'm going to do another video after this about when I started stealing cars with Roy DeMeo and his kid, Chris. But no one's done a video about this guy, Roy DeMeo, and what made him tick and how he acted, how he interacted with people, like me, for example. I got to tell you this. Roy DeMeo didn't like me the second he laid eyes on me. Joey slapped the shit out of him and kicked him out of the office for telling me to take a walk. And I witnessed it. And he ran, got in his car and took off. He ran. So he never liked me. But let's talk about what he was like. Roy DeMeo was a bully, but he also was a charismatic guy. He was very personable, and you know, a lot of times when I was stealing cars with him and for him and interacting with him, he always made you feel special. He would always like put his arm around you, but I guess all Italians do that. They're very touchy, feely. Hey, they hug you, they kiss you. That's just, I don't know. He was Italian. But like I said before, no one ever talked about his personality and what he was. Now, in 1973, 1974, he did his first murder in 1973. He whacked some Jewish guy in a diner. So we know that for sure. In July of 1973, he whacked some guy. He was afraid of him snitching, turning about pornographic stuff. I don't know exactly, but so anyway, I wound up working with the guy, and he was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You never knew what Roy you were gonna deal with when he got out of the car, when he opened up the door to the office and came in, or you met him in a restaurant. You never knew which one it was. You never knew. And 3 or 4 months into working with him, this is probably the winter, January, February of 1974, I started to get the idea that this guy's dangerous, you know. He's a dangerous guy. And even Joey told me, watch your back with that guy, he's dangerous. He warned me. So, Roy DeMeo, very, I don't know if flamboyant is the word, with money. Always flashing his money. Always paying at the restaurant, at the bar, always paying $100 bills. I think he was a loan shark too. But he was very personal. But then the other guy, like the guy I met for the very first time that day, Joey jumped over the desk and kicked his ass, slapped him, and threw him out of his office. He would come in with this look on his face that now I know who he is, now in this current time. And when he gave you a dirty, homicidal look, he really would kill you if he had a chance. If he had if you were in the right spot, he would kill you. He would kill you. And he gave me that look at least a dozen times with me interacting with him. But I guess the only reason he didn't hurt me is because I was Joey Bikini's boy. And you know. But there were times when dealing with Roy DeMeo that sometimes you would forget, because he was such a good con guy. You would forget that, oh, that's that fucking idiot. That, you know, it would confuse. And as a young kid, I had ADD, and sometimes I would literally forget which Roy I was dealing with. And then I started stealing cars with them. And but I'm gonna get to that in the next video. But I just wanted to tell you guys what kind of, and the other thing about him too, he was not stupid. Roy was a very well-spoken guy, and he was. I picture him always on the phone making deals in the office. Always connected to the phone. And but he was a con artist. And I'm just wondering how many people he murdered by conning them into going to the Gemini bar or going into some other location and just killing them. I wonder how many. And then I've been also searching my memory banks, because I used to always meet him someplace. I used to meet him in the city when we would steal cars. Me and Chris would steal cars in the city. And I would think back, was he setting me up to kill me? Because he didn't like the fact that I watched him get punked out by Joey. He didn't like me walking around telling that story. And then I would think, yeah, one day he told me to meet him by South Street Seaport. If any of you guys know what that is, it's right on the East River, and the FDR has an elevated roadway, and it's dark in there. And I remember he told me to drop off a car there. It was a Lincoln Continental, and I dropped the car off there, and I think he was going to kill me. There was a garbage truck that all of a sudden pulled up, a snow plow. And I think that what broke his concentration. But I think he was just going to whack me and just simply throw me right into the river. That's who that guy was. So I'm going to end this video now, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea on what kind of personality. No one's ever done a video about this guy's personality and what it was like knowing him, dealing with him, and so on. He was a bad guy. And I want to end this video with this photograph of his headstone. That's his headstone there. Just has his last name. I guess they didn't want to put his full name on the headstone, because I guess somebody would have did something to it. I don't know. But may you rot in hell for all eternity, Roy DeMeo.